Hello everyone, I'm Fatma Zahra El-Khamisi. I'm glad to be with you today in the AMEE virtual conference to present our short communication, which is a modification for the team-based learning, or known as TBL, that is intentional adding of a wrong element in the answer key for the team readiness assurance test. We, the authors, have no conflicts of interest to declare. Team-based learning, or TBL, is an active learning instructional strategy that is highly learner-centered and that enables interactive small group learning in a large class with one instructor for managing up to or more than 20 teams. Its educational outcome, according to Parmeli et al., is equivalent to or superior to traditional lecture-based learning and to other methods of group-based learning. We, in the Faculty of Medicine at Helwan University in Cairo, Egypt, adopt the TBL as a method of learning. This is our main university campus, in which lies the Faculty of Medicine. We follow the 5 basic steps or phases for the team-based learning, which are advanced assignment, in which we send the learning material and learning goals for students in advance before the TBL live session, and each student study them individually. After that, inside class, a set of 10 to 20 multiple choice questions are offered to students on the learning materials they studied, and each student tries to solve these questions individually in the phase or step known as Individual Readiness Assurance Test, or tRAT. After that, students try to solve the same set of questions in teams in the step known as Team Readiness Assurance Test, or tRAT. Then the instructor clarification review phase or step takes place, in which the instructor clarifies any ambiguous concepts for students, preparing them for the team application phase, in which new problems are given to students and they try to solve them in teams. However, some studies, as well as our experience, reported that team-based learning needs to be more interactive, and that provided instructor feedback is not that sufficient from the students' perspectives, and that students feel that TBL gets boring with time. So we aimed at increasing students' motivation, interaction, and effectiveness of the TBL sessions by modifying the team readiness assurance test phase of the TBL, which is step number 3, that depends on creating interactive discussions between students inside teams, trying to solve the multiple choice questions that were offered during the previous step, that is Individual Readiness Assurance Test. Our modification took place in the Faculty of Medicine, Helwan University, during a basic pathology course for 400 students. We used 10 case-based multiple choice questions with 4 distractors for each question for students. We numbered the questions from 1 to 10, and the distractors were designed as letters from A to D. Students' teams were handed answer keys for the questions during the tRAT phase. These are the answer keys, and as you see here, each question has 4 stickers representing the 4 distractors. The correct answer does not appear here. The student needs to flip, or the team needs to flip the sticker to check if the chosen answer is correct or not. For example, for this question number A, the team chose the letter C as the correct answer. On flipping the sticker, the team found this star on the other side that denotes that this answer is correct. For question 2, the team chose the answer B as the correct answer, and on flipping the sticker, they found the star that denotes that this answer is correct. But unfortunately, for question number 3, they chose the letter C as the right answer or the correct answer, but on flipping the sticker, their was no star here, denoting that their chosen answer was not correct. So the team needed to discuss again the question and choose another answer. And in our case, they chose the answer B, and on flipping the sticker, they found a star, which denoted that their new chosen answer was correct, and so on till finishing the 10 multiple choice questions. Our modification came here, in which the instructor informs the students that one question in the answer key has a wrong answer, and the instructor asks the students to define that question with a wrong answer in the key and select the correct answer for the question and write an argument defending their selection. Why did they judge this question as being answered in a wrong way in the key? And what is their new correct answer? And why did they choose this answer? The intended wrong answer varied between the keys that were distributed between students' teams, so each team had a different wrong answer in a different question. Students worked their best during the team readiness assurance test step to discover the intended wrong answer in the key. And then students presented their arguments during the instructor clarification review step. Each team presented an argument that was different from other teams' presentations due to different intended answer key mistakes between teams. Other teams participated in the discussion, and the judgment of the presented discovered intended mistakes and the arguments. After that, team application step on relevant problems took place, and then students' written feedback on the modified TBL was collected and breakdown analysis was done. Students' feedback shows that compared to the traditional TBL that the students were used to, the majority of students felt more motivated and challenged and more self-efficient by discovering the intended mistake in the answer key. They had to focus more on the details of the questions and use their critical thinking to discover the wrong answer. They also reported that varying the intended wrong answer between teams avoided making the clarification review step boring and created deeper, thorough discussions in a more interactive, fun session. They denied feeling confused by the added wrong element in the answer key of the question. Here are some of the students' quotes. One student said that this TBL session was more challenging as we had to think deeply and scrutinize each question's details. Another student wrote that I felt challenged by and satisfied that I discovered the intended mistake made by the instructor in the answer key. A third student wrote that it was a good idea making the intended mistake different between teams, as this made the discussion more interactive, stimulating, and non-boring. Another student wrote that it was fun hearing and participating in the discussions of other teams, displaying their discovered intended key mistakes and arguing them. So, adding an intended wrong answer in the answer key and varying it between teams boosted students' learning in the tRAT stage of the TBL compared to the traditional TBL from students' perspectives. Medical students need new ideas to increase their motivation and interaction, hence the effectiveness of their learning. Here is a list of the references used during the presentation. Thanks a lot for your listening. We hope that you enjoyed this short communication and that you find this modification for the TBL useful and applicable in your classes. Please provide us with your feedback. We are willing to hear from you about your reviews and feedback in the feedback and review section in the AMEE Resources Center. And if you have any inquiries, please don't hesitate to contact me at dr.fatma.salam@med.com. www.hilwan.edu.eg.